Hi there, my name is Samantha Mirabal, and I'm going through a project that I keep on re-recording to show you kind of the design process behind creating a decorative stitch. So the first thing I did was I sketched out the sky on stabilizer because I want to do a decorative of a bunch of Christmas trees for a quilted bag I'm working on. And so I sketched out something quick on a piece of stabilizer with a marker, and then I traced it with a vector. So, and the reason I did this was so that I had something I could make symmetric, and I could be able to edit it and whatnot. From there, I copied this, and to do that, you select it here, copy, paste, mirrored it using my mirror down here, and then I sketched it over so that now I have a symmetric tree. And I deleted the star. So when I did that, I came up with this. Well, from there, you can trace your shape. And I did this with my walk normal tool here. And just started on the x-axis, traced it around, came back over and stopped over here. After you trace it, now I can create my decorative. And to do that, I right-click, Save Custom Shape, Test, Decorative. Okay, it'll say it because this is how I test them out. It says I already have it. Now I can create a new file or do it in the same, but I usually create a new decorative test, and I can see what I have. So what I noticed is when I create that, that's not too bad. I don't like the shape quite yet, but it's not hideous anyway. And then I can come back the other way, and here's what I noticed after doing this. When I shift them over so they actually nest, I went, hey, wouldn't it be cute if there's a star right here? Which means there'd have to be a star down here because it's a repeating pattern. And that way it'd look like I have stacked Christmas trees within my pattern. So I have to go edit it. So to do that, I went off and drew a new variation of my ugly sketch. And I'm going to insert that now. So I'm going to say Insert File, grab my new one. Oh, way too big. Let's see how big this. All right, so it's laying down the wrong way. I need to rotate it up 90 degrees and make it way smaller. Let's say runs 5 inches tall. And I'm going to zoom in here, move it up, and see where we are at. Oh well, I didn't keep the same proportions. Yeah, close enough. There we go. Alright, so I still need to get it back on my x-axis, so I'm doing that here of putting the line I sketched down and kind of centering it up. You can see it doesn't match what I did before, so I'm going to hide all that other stuff so I have something clean to look at. And again, I'm going to, it's not a very symmetrical tree looking at it here. I think I like this side better. I don't know. So I'm again going to draw it with a vector just so I can have a symmetric tree. And I'll do my left clicks and right clicks. Right now I'm just doing right clicks since this is all curves. Let's see. That's too far into it. If I look at this star, it's over, I don't know, a little bit. So I'm going to try to keep the same proportion to this star. So I need to back up. Maybe here? Too far. It's a little better. Okay. So I'm going to start with that one. Copy and paste it. Mirror it. Move it over. See how that ends up looking. I think I want the same shape star, so I'm going to trace a star here, regardless of what it looks like. Okay, so I have a star here. I can copy and paste, mirror it around, and move it down here. So now at least have the same shape, go in multiple places. Alright, now let's turn off my graphic and see what we're left with. Oops, so I need to copy this guy, copy, paste, and scoot it over. Okay, so now I have enough info to be able to do my decorative. My decorative is going to start here. I'm just drawing a line. So at that intersection, stop it. And again at this intersection is where my decorative is going to end. Okay, so that's going to be my repeating pattern right there. And we'll see if it works. So I'm going to go into a walk normal. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to loosely trace my shape. Okay, and I'm not going for perfect because that's the project I'm working on. I don't really want that. So I'm just right-clicking around my shape. Sorry. I'm going to do a left click here, right click, left click, right click, left, right, left, maybe a right click here, left click, right click, left click, and now I'm going to trace it back down. Oops. Backspace gets rid of the last point that I didn't like its placement. So again, just right clicking around my branches here. I'm using these decoratives to basically do a quilted pattern on a large panel for some quilted bags. Left click, now I'm going to do my star again. Right click, left click, right click, left, right in the middle of the curve, left at the end point, right in the approximate middle of the curve, left, right, and where my repeating pattern stops, right there, I do a left click and I hit enter. So there's my repeating pattern now. So again, I'm going to right click on it. Oh, if you're going to make changes first, I want this to be a bean stitch, so I'm going to go ahead and change it to a bean. You can also increase the stitch length if you want. Do whatever changes you want before you create your decorative so you're happy with it. So I'm going to right click on it, save custom shape, say test, tell it to be a decorative, and say okay, yes, I want to replace it. I'll create my new file with a walk normal of decorative. I'm going to change it to my test one, and I'm going to see what we ended up with. Yeah, I like it. Let's do it again. See if they nest how I think they should. All right, I gotta move it, but haha, that's cute. I like it. Maybe I'm gonna mess with the scale a little bit, but it's not bad. Anyway, that's creating decoratives. My scale on here is a little goofy, which is called, see that? It scales it to fit the line. So what I really should do is instead of this, I should copy this line, paste it, and move it straight up. And then I'll have the exact same scale. Haha. And I can nest them or spread them out more. I like that. So if I make that a little bit darker, you can see what I'm left with. Put it into 3D. Yeah. Now I get the repeating pattern. Like I said, I'm going to do this over a large panel for the bag, quilted bag I'm working on. Alright, well I hope this was helpful for decoratives.